Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back. I'm Wolf Dragon and we are playing Frostpunk. We are on the starting scenario, a new home, and we are doing quite well. We had a slight cold problem a little while ago, but we've managed to turn that around. Not great, but we are making almost 100 a day. Ooh. And we are making our generator a little bit more efficient, which will be fantastic. You guys may as well leave there because I also now have a new automaton, which I am going to send work here. That will once again boost our coal output. There you go. We are now making 200 positive per day. And of course, I can always optimize my automatons, which I will possibly look to do next. We do have some temperature drop coming up. It's a 2-level drop. It's only going to be for a short while, but I feel like this is the beginning of a cold snap threatening to come in. And so, with that, let's go ahead and fast forward things. I think I've just about found all of the survivors out in the wasteland. If I go to heating, I think let's get automaton integration in first so we can start to increase our coal reserves. Then we'll look at increasing our potential heatings. Of course, we could also do things like steam coal mine, which is also very tempting. Coal mining rationalization. Another 10% efficient as well. That's another great idea, quite frankly. But let's look at automaton integration. And let's hit that one. That will be done in 5 hours. We do have 2 teams on the go. In fact, it should be a little bit less because our efficiency... I mean, it says about 7 hours. That would be... I would assume they're 138% each. So I assume it should actually be... Let me see, we started at 4. I don't know if these guys are still on a 24-hour clock. No, it doesn't look like it. But we started at about 4. So let's keep an eye on that. When we finish at 6... yeah, so about 6 hours, and it said 7, so that's probably accurate. So yeah, I guess each building doesn't add another 100%. Interesting. Of course, we do have the modifier of the kids are helping out. And that's a good point. And this is a medical post. That's not going to help my queries at all. Children not in child centers, 45. So in that case, I technically need 3 more child shelters. Now, I can slot one very nicely in there. Let's go ahead and do that. And then also, put one back here. And I'm going to leave that big space. It's a very nice big space to be used. And then I suppose we'll also put one by here. And then once they're all built, all children will be back in child shelters, which is where we want them, nice and safe. Why? Because I am the leader that people deserve, and I care immensely. How are we doing? Everyone's kind of nicely ticking along. Our coal is starting to increase back up. We can get 3,500 of it. So let's keep things moving. Oh, we've got an event. Another theft. The Londoners are stealing again. They've taken 106 food rations from the stockpiles. People are angry that the Londoners are putting their crazy idea before the needs of the city. Let's send guards to catch them. This did nothing last time, but we'll see what we can do this time. And we are close to doing another law. Oh, guards succeeded. Cool. I don't actually know what the overall result of that was, but nice. Our guards did a good job. They got the goods back, but more importantly, they caught one of the thieves. Now we can put an end to the thievery. What should we do with the thief? Let him go, but we'll prepare a place for him soon. 3 days to build a prison. This person will leave the city forever. Well, he does want to, so technically. Discontent will rise. The person will leave the city forever. I will have 3 days to build a prison. I'm going to go for that. I'll happily get a prison in soon. Once our book of laws is open and ready to be re-signed. One of our people died. That's not good. Oh, play. Propaganda center. Sir, one of our people has committed suicide. In his spare time, he wrote poems about loss, suffering, and the death of hope. Our propaganda center waged a campaign against him to protect our people from his influence. Now people might blame us for his suicide, unless we make it look like he drank himself to death. Discontent will rise slightly, hope will fall. I'm going to rise discontent slightly. It was not me, and I can't quite send out the next round of flyers, but that will happen soon. People abandon the Londoners. Oh, look at that. 3 points down. The Londoners are down to 35. We'll get rid of those, don't you worry. And of course, I need to build a prison, which I can sign in 2 hours. Purpose.
No time to waste.
And so, oh, hello. I'm not quite sure what this is. What's the pledge of loyalty? People make mistakes, but we can give them a chance to redeem themselves if they agree to cooperate, of course. People will be persuaded to sign a pledge of loyalty, which will turn them into secret informers. This will provide a permanent hope bonus. Discontent will rise slightly. I have to, however, build a prison. Prison guards will round up wrongdoers and put them in prison. They'll go after Londoners, dissidents, and any troublemakers. Prisoners will be returned to society after 4 days. Let's get ourselves the prison.
Hear me. New law in the city.
As there's 30 inmates who will change their attitude within a few days. I don't want to put it... Do I want to put it next to our propaganda center? Let's put it next to our propaganda center. This is clearly the corner of order. And Automacon integration has gone up. We get another 10%. We can allow them to be used in medical posts and infirmaries, or at workshops and factories. If we put them into factories, folks, automatons will be building automatons. That's not terrifying. I don't know what is. Okay. And if we come... So I'm going to go to a range upgrade next. Let's get that in. We do have cold just around the corner. And also then with that, here you go. We're making a nice 400 per day. Absolutely fantastic. And I think after this, depending on how this cold snap goes, or maybe just when we get to the next hot snap, we'll see how it's looking. Obviously, we'll be able to see maybe another day and a half by the time I have to make a decision. We'll potentially upgrade one of our coal mines to a steam coal mine. It will cost us an extra steam core. That's alright. There's no point in fast forwarding because in 4, 3, 2, 1. Samples can be set up here, delivering an estimated 1 steam core every 10 days. Oh, well, if you insist. We have these guys just waiting for something to do. Come and get us a steam core every... Was it day? Every day? I'll take a steam core every day. I suppose you guys may as well come join these people at the fishing village and let's see what we find. And so with that, we now have a source of steam cores. So one coming roughly every day, our first one being here in just over 2 days. Now, do I push through this and then come back for the steam coal mine, which of course will cost me steam cores, at which point I will hopefully have a steady supply? Or, of course, there's the advanced steel work, which doesn't cost me steam cores. That would be a nice one to get in the interim. Thanks to better weapons and enhanced detection, hunters setting out from the hunter's hangar will return with more raw food from each hunt. Up to 45 raw food per hunt. More to the point, I still have to upgrade my last hunter. And that would be 1, 2... That's a hunter's hangar, and it gets 3, 4, 5. That would currently get me 150 food, which is not quite enough to feed everybody. However, the upgrade would nicely push us over the edge. Let's simply keep things going. Oh, let's get our prison up and running. Oh, no, still down by 3. I thought that was 4 then. I was about to say, beautiful. Prisoners. We have nobody in prison just yet. Londoners and other wrongdoers will be locked up. Discontent will fall. I have no need for that quite yet. So, let's simply let them disappear on their own. They can reintegrate into society. And so with the upgrades coming in and ready, let's go ahead and get ourselves another automaton. That will spend our steam core. But I'm okay with that. We'll have more coming in soon enough. And with more coming in, we will start to upgrade all of our buildings as well. Because we still also need to research all of those upgrades. Scouts have reached the fishing village. A potential steam core. This fishing village used to supply Tesla City with food. Searching it, we found a letter. Mike, don't return to the city. Tesla is a madman. He cast out all the amputees, all the sick. Jerry's parents and old Beth are among them, and there will be blood, that's for sure, and soon. The village was left in order. We could send a team here to start fishing. Sure, leave the village intact. Sites discovered. A research station and an ice corridor. You can come to the ice corridor and you guys can now waylay the research center. You don't need to finish coming to the fishing village. 100 raw food every day. Not bad. Not bad at all. That was, of course, if I could get more outpost teams. But I can't. The current limit is 1. Can I research more teams? Outpost teams have research transports will move 50% faster. An additional scout team at the beacon, raising the limit to 3. And boosted scout sleds, I doubt it. So, nope, 2 is my limit. I don't think... Yes, there was no other lifts around the edge, so I am at 2. And let's go ahead and keep things moving. We are going to be seeing a dip in temperature very, very soon. What's happened? Another theft! I'm putting their crazy ideas before the needs of the city. Send the guards to catch them. And see if we can find that food, and this time, someone will be in prison. Let's keep things going. Guards fail. One of our people died. One of our people died. Citizen killed in a fight. One of our guardsmen was beaten to death whilst chasing the Londoners. We caught one of the thieves, but he's not the murderer. What should we do with him? Lock him up. He is still a thief. A loyal citizen has reported he saw a group of young people vandalizing the propaganda center. They wrote, "Wake up, people," in big letters on the outer wall. What should we do? Discontent will fall. People may get hurt. Remove the writing. Hope will rise slightly. And I think it's time for the next round of propaganda. Ooh, look at that hope. And of course, we can also... Hope is so high, ladies and gentlemen. It is fantastic. All we have to do now is be able to survive the cold. It seems we have survived the worst of the Londoners. It's down to 24. I could now technically imprison them. We're locked up. Discontent will fall. And they will be back in society in 4 days. Let's lock them up. I got 10 of them. Very nice. So Londoners are down on 14. Build an outpost. Very nice. 10 shipments of 1 steam. No, that's... I need you. Thank you. We're following the wide corridor of crushed ice that the American dreadnought, the USS Hephaestus, left in its wake. We marvel at the thick slabs of ice that have been crushed and swept aside by the American dreadnought Hephaestus. Soon we might be able to learn how it managed to accomplish such feats. We can see a huge silhouette in the distance, which might be its sister ship, Prometheus. Icebound dreadnought. Carry on. That would be you guys, and then you guys. The door of the research station has been bashed in. There are signs of fighting inside. Broken furniture, damaged scientific instruments, and spatters of blood. Inside the ransacked station, we found Tesla's audio diary. A voice speaks. All the observed changes, like suns dimming, volcanic ash, could not have caused such cooling. But what if the huge quake of 1887 in Patagonia was an asteroid strike? There's shouting, crashes, and then silence. Numerous tracks lead from the door towards the mountains. Then let us go to the hideout. We do have 2 steam cores on us. Both of them have 2 steam cores. That is fantastic. And of course we do have them incoming as well. As soon as we get to the working day, we will have another automaton coming out. Oh.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
It is getting cold. The heater needs to be turned on, as does the one in the medical post. Everything else is just fine. It is still cold. It is still cold, but workshop.
Come, lads. We must work harder.
Are both going to be put back onto a 24-hour shift. My poor engineers in the workshops. They just don't get a break, literally. I'm going to go ahead and put you back up to 3. Get some of that turning back around. Of course, then, how is our coal looking? We are still gaining... Oh, we're gaining about 300 a day. That's not bad at all. Is that because... It's all looking pretty good. Coal mines with the automatons are going to replace my last coal mine's automaton. Or my last coal mine to an automaton. Go and max these workers back out. I don't know why they dropped off. And yeah, we are down to 14 Londoners. And everything is looking rosy. Ooh, you're cold. Very cold. Anyone else very cold? Oh yeah, this guy as well. But again, that won't matter so much. Once we have the automaton in that one. And so with that... There he goes. So the range has just gone and increased. It's fantastic. Let's go and get coal mining rationalization. Further 10% from the coal mines. Of course, we do need to keep things on track. I guess maybe these were all the Londoners I've gone and arrested. And so it is very cold. It is very, very, very cold. We could... I don't want to put another steam hub back there because it's not worth it for just wall drill. I could even, to be honest with you, I'm going to turn it off for a second. I have a 905 wood. I mean, I'm not using any, as in on a ticking time going past point. Our automaton has just been built, which means you now get an automaton. Off you go, my dear friend. Where are you? There you are. Off you go, good old automaton. There he is. Newly birthed from the factory. Look at him go. Absolutely glorious, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely glorious. Right past our propaganda center. That's what you want to see. I'm sure he's reading the slogans. And we have somebody waiting. We climbed up to the cave. A low stone wall stands across its entrance. Behind it, we can see several men. As we approach the cave, its inhabitants pull out rifles and take positions behind the wall, barring the entrance. They are in a bad shape, weak from malnourishment and illness. Scouts will try to overpower the Americans. The scouts will try to reason with the Americans and convince them to join us. Let's talk to them. Nothing like small talk. Seeing that we have no ill intentions, the Americans told us how they dealt justice to the inventor after expelling him from his city. We buried Tesla's battered body in the cave and are heading home with these poor wretches in tow. And icebound dreadnought. We did find a frozen pond. We're gonna have to come back for that. Maybe I'll be able to divert from the dreadnought. We are, however, bringing back 2 steam cores, so that's always nice. We do have one just 8 hours away as well. That will be 3 wonderful steam cores. How are we for housing? Vacant beds, 39. Is that by any chance because... let me see. 250... 325... 300... Yeah, about 334. Okay. So that's about right. So we've got 39 vacant beds, apparently. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So we'll, how many did we say? 39. So with that, we shouldn't have to build any more beds. Most of the machinery aboard the USS Prometheus has been dismantled and taken away. The massive steam hammer used to split the thickest ice lies broken by the ship's bow. Let's explore. The dreadnought is stripped of useful machinery, but its hull contains enough steel to justify establishing an outpost here. On the bridge, we found a log with Tesla's last orders. Transfer all supplies and able-bodied survivors aboard Hephaestus. Take the amputees only if you have prostheses to make them useful. Ouch. We will get 2 more steam cores, and we have found a wrecked vehicle. Let's move on. We're now holding... yeah, no, it's that one, sorry. 4 steam cores with him, so we need to not take any risks. Both times I've taken risks this playthrough, the scouts have died. So, on that, let's not... One of our people died. He died in a work accident, probably because I'm overworking him. That's alright. Let's not worry about it. At least nobody's particularly cold. Our coldest places all have automatons. Our steam steel works. Wow, they are actually quite cold. We need to increase the efficiency of workplace heaters, I think. They don't take much. Workplace heaters take 188 per day. Not a lot. And we should be getting a nice bit of extra coal coming in, because I believe this gets us an extra 10%. And so that means all of our automatons should go up to, what would that be, 84? 84 is it's not bad for a 24-hour shift, because obviously don't forget it's round the clock, not just for 10 hours a day. You do get a lovely boost. And I think once that's done, and we have a lovely bit of clear, warmer temperatures, we'll go back up to minus 40 once our temperature rises. And I think then we should possibly look at improving our food.
Rough day end. It's time to rest.
That's beautiful timing as well, because obviously our coal mine keeps working throughout the night. And so I'm going to Flying Hunter's Gear. Let's start that research. Because we don't have any steam cores, although we do get some in 20 hours. That'll obviously be, in fact in 2 hours, I do lie. That will be when we'll be able to really start utilizing steam cores. We'll start getting the upgrades in, start pushing things through, and see what we can get done. Yes, with the improved hunter's gear, we will... Oh, we've got a while yet till this runs up. I think it does go till tomorrow morning. With the improved hunter's gear, we will get actually a really good bit extra food. Sir, a man is protesting in front of the prison, screaming at the top of his lungs about the abuse of our penitentiary system. Who are they locking up? He yells at anyone who passes by. Criminals or innocent people who dare to speak up? Think about it. What should we do with him? This man will go to prison. Hope will fall. Discontent will... I'm happy to let discontent rise. The Londoners are almost gone. We can't raise hope anymore. Not that we could really raise hope anymore anyway. And we can do a new law in 8 hours. Let's keep things moving. Scouts have reached the wrecked vehicle. Let's explore. Whilst disassembling the wreck to salvage what we could from it, we found a hidden cache of supplies. Police discovered a damaged snowcat. Okay, we're kind of starting to kill around on ourselves now. And the icebound dreadnought gets us steel, but I think we're okay for steel. Steam cores are a big one, although the fact that we're holding 4 means we really should get back sometime soon. As those 4 steam cores will actually do a whole world of good. Thinking 1, 2, 3, 4 more automatons. That will be all of our resource buildings going 24/7. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Oh, we're getting a couple of sick people. Nope, nope, nope. They can't quite keep themselves ill. Not quite going fast enough. The end of thievery. Sir, we've put an end to the stealing. The filthy thief is finally in prison. 53 food rations and 47 wood were retrieved with the information we got from him. Well done, good sirs, well done. I am highly impressed, and you shall have a raise. I will now pay you nothing. Infirmaries will heal people 15% faster. I don't actually have an infirmary because it costs a steel core. I should. The sick are treated faster than in medical posts, and the gravely ill can be treated safely and reliably. I wonder if I can technically put this on top of a medical post, or whether it's a completely different building. We will find out, but not quite yet. So the temperature is going to go up quite soon, so I think I can push for a few extra little bits and bobs to go through. I think I basically have a little bit of time. So let's go and let's get that steam coal mine. It's about time, I think. Well, actually, no, I probably should have gotten the advanced steelworks first. It's, yeah, let's abort that. And let's actually get the steelworks first. Then I'll get the coal mine. And as we now have another steam core, let's build ourselves another automaton. Put them in the wood building. A damaged snowcat. This used to be a large snowcat. Its steam turbine must have exploded, turning it into a heap of junk. We found some supplies inside the wreck. We'll surely find a good use for them. A stone ship or an abandoned sawmill? I'm gonna go stone ship. The abandoned sawmill is technically slightly closer to my city if I have to go there after going back home. So we should be okay. Okay, it's a good thing. Yes, these all now getting 45 per day. That is 225, which allows me to feed over, well, it allows me to feed 450 people, which is fantastic. Okay, we are then going to drop by 3. I thought this was going to start to be the, oh, only dropped down to 10. I think that only went down by 2. That is not a lot. Although we can arrest a whole bunch more people again soon. And in our Book of Laws, under Purpose, we have Forceful Persuasion. Explaining to the inmates the enormity of their wrongdoings in a more direct manner will return them to society faster. Forceful Persuasion. Prison. Reduces the time prisoners spend in prison. Prisoners may get hurt or killed. Discontent will rise. I want to know. I just want to get to see what this is. The Agitator. Strategically placed loudspeakers will remind our citizens of the importance of their work and increase their efficiency. Raises the efficiency of nearby workplaces by 20%. You'll have to build 3 agitators. It's tempting. I wonder if that works on automatons. But no, let's go for a pledge of loyalty. And then if I come back to this, new order. After introducing this law, another one. With the introduction of the new order, all who voice doubts will be treated as traitors. Obedience is the highest virtue, without which the city can't survive. All those who do not follow will be swept aside. Hope will never be a problem again. Londoners will have to renounce their views. A public execution space will be built. Some Londoners will be killed. Some people will feel compelled to fight this law. Some of them will die. Well, that's one way of doing things, I suppose. This will turn our people against each other. Yes, yes, it will. But it's alright. Hope couldn't be higher. Discontent could be lower. But I'm sure we'll get that back down. Let's not worry about that too much. And yep, everything is moving along nicely. Let's keep things look at them. All of them coming back at once. That's quite a nice sight, I think, watching all of them fly back in.
No time to waste. We've got work to do.
We do have work to do. Scouts have reached the stone ship. A distinct spot in Frostland. We can use it as a waypoint for further exploration. Our search hasn't uncovered anything of value, but we may be able to reach some more promising locations from here. Interesting. An explored waypoint for our scouts. How very odd. The abandoned sawmill. Let's go back to that then. I don't know. It's a wonderful marker, is what it is. But there's not really much going on there. Do we have that automaton? No, not quite, but we will do soon. Advanced Steelworks researched. Very nice indeed. Let's go ahead. Oh wow, did you see that weird bit of graphics coming up? A new automaton has been built. Advanced Steelworks. I'll pop those down. And now we have the Advanced Steelworks. Let's get the steam coal mine. And when our temperature goes back up, we can turn on our wool drill again. Like I said, I should probably look at... Oh, we're making a 500 a day. That's very nice. I should probably look at... Scouts number 3 have returned safely to the city. Okay. That does in fact have 14 people homeless. That is interesting. I guess maybe the people in prison did not count. And... oh, over here is probably one of the better places. Go build those 2 by there. And that will give... our people somewhere to live. I think I can hear background shouts from the prison, quite possibly. Nothing to worry about with that at all. And those 2 houses. Why did I build tents? I'm such an idiot. Let's have bunkhouses. Oh, I built those as tent first. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have willing informers. Some workers want to see you. They've dragged an engineer with them, accusing him of disloyalty. He was reading us this, trying to turn us against you. One of the workers shoves a tattered book into your hands. Damned fools, snarls the engineer. It's Dickens. I've been trying to educate them. You will gain 3 informers. The engineer will get hurt. Hope will fall. This man is innocent. Discontent will rise. We'll go for that one. And as I was saying, let's pause so nothing else pops up. We are going to leave the episode there. We've almost finished with the weights. The Londoners are dropping, in fact, one last act, which I'm going to save for the beginning of the next episode. We're going to see if we can get rid of all of these Londoners once and for all. We have 4 days and 8 hours remaining. Let's see what the next prison roundup can do. And so until that, in the next episode, this leaves me to say that I hope until we see you again, you will stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy.